We know every Saturday we showcase the best of Indy with a little help from Brittany Smith from Yelp. Well, this week she's got the buzz on bee coffee.
This week we're at Bee Coffee Roasters located on Capitol Avenue in downtown. This is one of their 2 locations and they're known for having great reviews on Yelp. They're also known for being one of the pioneers to Indiana's coffee roastery scene, which is growing like crazy. So we're going to hear from the business and learn a little bit more about pour over coffee and a few of the reasons that this business is so popular. One of the elements that you'll constantly find in the reviews is that they're using local ingredients like Wilkes & Wilson elixirs, Circle City Sweets croissants, and other businesses on board that bring all the local flavors together. I'm joined by Andy, the co-founder of Bee Coffee Roasters, and he's going to share with the viewers a little bit about what is the pour over process. What does that look like, Andy?
Right, so pour over coffee, first of all, is taking your coffee and making it 1 cup at a time instead of having that big machine do it, and controlling all those variables so you can ensure that you get the perfect cup.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to start with is I start a timer as I go and add a little bit of water to it. Okay. And that little bit of water is what I call the bloom. You'll see it's kind of fluffy. Yeah. And it's okay if you have a little bit of a dry spot in that bloom part. I mean, ideally you want to get all that going, but at the same time, sorry, I normally keep this on grams. It's a better, I can do better with grams. But, so you go for about 30 seconds. I start this timer here.
Yes.
And so at 30 seconds, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to make sure all that's saturated. I'm going to bring that surface up. And I'm going to bring it up just about an inch or so from the top for what I'm doing here. This is called a Chemex brewer. Okay. It's all American. It comes from the 40s. It's funny is that the story is that it was sold during World War II as a patriotic coffee maker because it didn't take materials from the war effort.
Oh, that's cool. So is this, if someone's coming in to Bee Coffee Roasters and they're wanting to order a pour over, do they just... Is it just one standard pour over? Can they pick from different beans that you have? How does that work?
Yeah, so what we do is we normally do what we call what's on bar and what's on tap. So we normally do have like a brew coffee that you can get quick. That's on tap. You know, I take from the beer industry there. But what's on bar, we normally have 2 to 3 choices of beans, and we try to pair them with the best coffee brewing method. And we have a couple of coffee brewing methods that we feature. Here in this location, we feature the Chemex. We also work with what's called a Kalita Wave, and sometimes we do AeroPress.
You guys are always partnering with different local businesses. That's one of my personal favorite things about this. What if someone's coming here, what are some of the most popular items that people order at Bee Coffee Roasters?
So one of the things we are really people know us for, as well as just roasting our own coffee and brewing like the craft of it really carefully like this, is also we do several, I guess, craft cappuccinos. We normally base our drinks off the cappuccino. We like the cappuccino because it keeps the coffee flavor forward, and that's what we're really wanting to do, is make a drink that has that coffee flavor in as well. If we're adding honey or something, we're not adding large amounts, we're bringing everything together. Natural. So one of the things that's really popular is we have a drink where we use shagbark hickory syrup. That's from Brown County, and we put a little cardamom with it. Oh. And then we bring that together with like 2 shots of espresso, and then it's 4 ounces of steamed milk, and the cappuccino has a nice thick foam. And it's just this lovely combination because you get that woodiness of that hickory, and that cardamom has that a little bit of wood and like aromatics. And this is really an interesting drink.
That's really good. I've had it before. It's quite delicious. And then real quick before we cut, can you tell us a little bit about your new pastry chef on hand?
So we have a culinary student who's helping us out every Monday. She comes in, she's baking some things for us. And so we've got a new item that she's making these hand pies. And right now we have strawberry and apple, but she changes it up and she just lets her creativity go.
Always come in and check out a new item that you've got on board.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you so much, Andy. I appreciate having you on here. And for more great local coffee shop options, just visit yelp.com and you can find some great local finds.